to talk about the strategies being deployed. And let's take a look at the midday action, the first trading day of 2017, January 3rd. Well, it looks like we were going to party like it was 1999 starting this year, 2017. But guess what? It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Right now, it's somewhat of a spoiler right now. We have the major indices well off of their highs. As a matter of fact, we had the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P, as well as the Russell 2000 up 176, 69, 25, and 18 points at the beginning of today's action. Now, after the opening bell, we started to see pullbacks. We started to see pullbacks across the board. And basically, we saw the lead on the pullback coming with the Dow and the Russell 2000. There's a lot of economically more domestic-centric stocks that are going to be sensitive to a plethora of things that are going to be coming out on the forefront with the new administration only a few weeks away from being sworn in. That's President-elect Trump. But we saw that the Dow and the Russell 2000 have slipped into negative territory. So you have some mixed market action. The Dow's down 10 and the Russell's down 230 on the future side. Taking a look, though, at the S&Ps, they're holding up, still in the green, up about 550. And you have the NASDAQ up right around 2475. But again, well off of their best levels. With the move in the markets that we saw early in the action today, we also saw that the U.S. dollar, the index hit a 14-year high at 103.82. Now, the strength of the dollar has tempered somewhat now into the midday, but it has not left some fallout here, especially in the commodities area, especially with the fact that there is some growing concern that earnings prospects for U.S. multinationals could come under pressure if this dollar strength continues. Now, right now, just taking a look at the dollar future, the options right now are pricing in that the dollar index could be in about a $1.32 range for the next 3 days, either up or down. So we could see this thing trading as high as 105 or as low as roughly 104 and some change, or 102 and some change. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Now, speaking of the commodities market, crude oil futures, they were on fire this morning. They were up about 2.8% on the open, around 55.24 per barrel. That's about right off the bat, that was a $2+ move to the upside off of the close on Friday. Now, that has cooled off. As a matter of fact, we actually have now the crude oil down about 1% at 53.18. Now, the reversal started to get some steam in the last hour or so going into the midday. And if you really want to watch some critical levels, watch in the front month contract, the Feb contract on crude oil. It is trading right around $50, or the level that you want to watch is $50.10. That's a level that, if broken, you're going to start to see gravitation towards what I believe is more of the true pivot area of around 48.80 on crude. Now, the options for the next 14 days are pricing in a range of around $2.63 in this contract, but there's going to be a lot of volatility, folks, in crude, most notably because of the fact that no one really knows what these OPEC nations are going to do, and the non-OPEC nations. Are they actually going to adhere to the agreement that they were going to cut supply, or in other words, production? It doesn't sound like it. Natural gas futures, they basically are the real story right now on the commodities front. Yes, the strength of the dollar has been an onus on commodity dollar-denominated commodities, but really what's gone on here is incredible. Right now you have the nat gas futures down 9.6% at $3.33. Basically on updated weather forecasts. It's going to be warmer in the south. It's going to be warmer in the Midwest. And they see that going through mid-January. Now, I would beg to differ. It's still chilly out, but yes, it is quite balmy here in Chicago when you're talking about mid-40s in the beginning of January. This is going to raise concerns about demand, so we're going to be watching all of the supply reports that are going to be coming out in the upcoming weeks. The EIA, as well as the API, American Petroleum Institute data. We're going to watch that very closely to see if we're starting to see builds or continue to see draws in nat gas. Watch levels, 333 is going to be a critical level to hold here. If it breaks 333, you're going to see a challenge of 324. And then the overall trend of the nat gas markets, which has been very positive, could come under pressure. Basically, if you look at the broader market pullback right now, you could see the influences are lining up like this going into the midday. We got a headwind of a stronger dollar, a sharp reversal in oil and natural gas prices, profit taking off of what's been an incredible move on the open as far as opening up this new trading session for 2017. And you know what? There also is maybe some disappointment that even though we had encouraging PMIs across the globe out of China and in Germany, we also had some good ISM manufacturing data that came out for December here in the States. The market just couldn't get a catalyst to continue to the upside. It pulled off quite quickly. So with that being said, some of the approaches that you're going to want to take is trim some profits, potentially look to, as volatility starts to increase, maybe start adding some volatility overlay strategies like covered calls. Maybe with stocks that you would like to buy at lower prices, you do cash secured puts. These are the type of strategic approaches that you're going to see really sharp strategists utilizing. And that's what we're going to be discussing and keeping an eye on going forward here at MarketStream.live. All right, folks, that's what is going on now. Strategy Now here at MarketStream.live into the midday. Join us at 3:30 Eastern Time where we'll be doing Tech Talk. We're going to marry charts and option pricing, get a perspective of what's been going on with the charts and what could potentially happen as far as movement in the underlying into the future. Join us 3:30 Eastern Time here at MarketStream.live. Take care.